Hello everyone, my name is Yuranagi, as you can see, and I've been playing this game for over 14 years now, and I figured I may do an analysis of current shop discounts, because I believe I have a fairly decent knowledge being for this long on this game. Okay, with that being said, let's start with the item by item. Small lucky bag, personally, this is, I guess I would say it's an okay buy, because this gets bought a lot. I don't remember is there a way other than Phoenix City that you can get this aside from buying in shops, so I guess this would be a good buy. Package, however, not really, because people really opt for buying really either super package, which they wait for discount, or just it drops in Phoenix City, or they just use this one as a quick method where they need an extra space into warehouse. This one I would say big pass. I don't see these even being sold anymore, so it's really not, yeah, and I mean it's 1 T-point discount, so it's not gonna make a lot of difference. Now these scrolls, I don't think anyone even used those, like these two. This one can be dropped anywhere, this is the only way to get it here from shop, and it just only recovers 5k instantly, so yeah, this is a pass. This one, I think this one is droppable from one of the events, but I can't really pinpoint now which that event is. But either way, this is also another pass. And this one, this basic cure scroll, this stuff drops into fishing, but again, it rarely drops, it gets rarely used. The health recovery is only 800, so not really that useful. You are just better off with the simple potions, and that's really it. Pills advanced, also a pass. You can drop them in Phoenix City, and even then they get sold for well less gold than the price in T-points is, so another pass. Jackstraw, of course, this is just a rip-off, either way how you flip it, because it's mostly 1 gold for 1 jackstraw, so this is a big no again. Same with this pill, like really not worth it. Now this one they use a lot in PK arenas, wars, but I think 88 T-points even still that's a lot, because I believe there is a way to buy those. I think they are, yeah, they are from CP shop, so I don't think anyone's gonna buy those anytime soon. Yeah, pretty much 88 T-points for 5 only, it's a big ripoff. Full mana potion, this one, I don't know, it's same thing as this one. Like you have big mana potions that that go in battle. You have pet recovery, so this is also a big pass, I would say. Vivid spell, this is another pass. You drop it from Phoenix City, from fishing, and even then they get hardly sold, because it only lasts 1 hour, and 30% increase of EXP is not really that great. Same goes for this one. This one is even worse, because it's double the energy for 1 hour, and pretty much main energy that you get from big quests, and not from killing mobs and going bosses and doing whatnot. It's just not worth it. Same as this one, like this is just ×3 better, and it's also a ×3 price, so goes hand in hand. This is a big no. Occult berries, this one would be good if they weren't so accessible that they drop everywhere. Like you can get them from fishing, you can get them in South Borderland, you can get them in Phoenix City, you can drop them by farming mobs, doing caves, like they are just droppable everywhere. Even you can get them in farming hell prints, so it's really a big no to buy them from here. Concentration pellets, same thing, you have like 5-6 ways to get those from quests, from events, from shops, from merchants. Like this is just big no. This now, Inherent's Reset Charm. This is an interesting item because this item is really obtainable only from here, and sure, it gets rarely bought, but when it gets bought, it's really sought after because there's a lot of people that experiment with weapons, and once they want to sell them, people who buy them don't like the points and they need to reset the points on their weapons, so they go after this thing. And most of them don't wanna buy 50 T points just to buy this, and what they're gonna do then with 12 T points left, or in this case 21 T points. So I would say this is a really good option to buy. The only problem is it's not that so after, so if you want to make some gold off of it, it's gonna probably take you few weeks until you resell few of those. Well, pretty much it's the best time to resell those once the price goes back fully to 30-80 points. Those pills are just big no. This price is just blown. Like you have 4 or 5 ways to get those aside from this shop, and the price is just way lower than this. Now into gem section. Gold and diamond. Like I don't think this item is really even needed anymore, because realistically, like nobody even really thinks of it or uses it. Like sure, this was maybe only relevant when plus 10 was max, and people only really used it for a plus 9, not from plus 7 or plus 8, because those two ranks are relatively easy to combine because they have a higher percentage of success rate. So I would say this is a big pass also on this item. Yeah, there's really not much more to say. Golden ID gem from 49 to 45. Yeah, once again, big pass unless you're really in crisis and you really need it. But even then, I would just rather recommend you to wait that one appears in shop. Well, not in shop, in stalls or an auction, because the price is just like 3 times cheaper than you would buy it for this amount. These are just ridiculous. Medium emeralds and ruby, this is just big nonsense. This is only maybe worth one day, 1 or 2 for when the new server opens. Aside from that, it's a big no. This is also just a joke, both of these, like why are these even still here? But okay, I understand when the new server opens they're somewhat needed, but after first 2 days, like I don't think anyone even thinks of getting those. Now this site, like this is a great discount, because if you see the description, it's needed in exchange of blue magic bead, which has 50% possibility of upgrading equipment quality from green to blue or white. Now this item is needed for this quest here. Where is it? I think it's this one, yeah. See, it requires 1 sapphire for blue magic bead. Now, why is blue magic bead needed? There are still weapons and people that collect rare items and rare weapons and such stuff. And one of those rare weapons are level 1 white weapons, because they used to be purchasable unbound versions in merchant like 13-15 years ago, before they decided to make them all bound. Now I'm gonna find you here one example. I think I saw one, like, yeah, example, this one. Now that's why this price is so big, because this item is just not possible to get anymore unbound. So you can buy at merchant such weapon, but it's gonna be bound, and you can get from a quest such weapon is gonna be blue. But unbound weapon you really can't get anymore anywhere. So that's the one purpose, like, yeah. And I have example for those two weapons in my warehouse, and I used on one of those, like, yeah. This is one example, like this shovel and this jade smash staff. I think I used it on my no, I actually used it on shovel, and I think it took me like 2 blue magic beads to make it blue because it was white. And as you can see, I can trade it, I can equip it, like, yeah. This is mainly for the collectors, but is it really necessary aside from that? Absolutely not, because this item only has one purpose. That's really it. Now for inlays. Premium refinery charm, I would say this is a good buy. I might consider buying this. I will see, like, I have plans of upgrading my inlays soon, so I will see. Most likely I will buy one because I'm gonna need it. But yeah, this I would say is a good chance to use it if you making your inlays from zero, because you end up making them for like 10 to 15% cheaper than would you buy them finished as they are. Same goes for this one. This is also another good buy. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing as this one, is just correspondingly less. This is on 11 point discount, this is on 10. But yeah, both of these go inside category. This one is always on discount and it stays permanently for 30-70 points, so this is absolutely fine as it is. These are just jokes, like, I'm not gonna even bother mentioning these are just whatever. I don't even know why they are still there, but I get it. Again, it's for the new servers when they come out, so they are needed then, and people that invest into their charts from the start, they would buy those. And yeah, this is it for inlays. Equipment. Now, personally for me, this is absolute best buy on this shop discount. Why? Because soul bells come rarely on discount, and when they do, they are 15 points instead of 4. I think this might be only time that they are 40 points on discount. And we all know that they're really hard to come by unless you bought them, then you exchange courier badges for soul bells, but that takes whole day of botting, and you know how it goes with all of that stuff. So I would probably say that this is probably the best buy of the entire shop discount. These, I mean, these aren't really used anywhere, like, maybe you can see somebody have them, but even then that's really rarer than probably the rarest pets and mounts in this game. Like, I have bought a pair of each of these. I use them on my monk. Yeah, they're here. Like, I used them when I was leveling up, so yeah, I would say about up to level 65 to 70, that's their optimal usage. But aside from that, like, you really eventually want to get your blood oath rings up. Like, once you get those rings, blood oaths to level 4, you really just don't need those anymore. But I use those as a souvenir because, yeah, I caught a lot of my attention with those rings from other people, and they were really always bothered by why I use them instead of leveling those rings. But yeah, I had other plans with those rings, which I will eventually talk in one of my future videos. But yeah, I also mentioned that I have these two. I have to keep these two in my guild warehouse, and these two I moved on one of my charts where I needed them, but they're better used. Lake wave rings and then again gel amulets. This is also another good offer. It's really good discount. Now, lake wave rings are kind of really only for monks, tank monks. And that's really it, because their main bonus is they give a bunch of obduracy and they give like 5% of critical strike, and really that's their only selling point. Aside from that, if you see people with those, they're just experimenting on or they're really just curious what their bonuses are. But again, you can find bonuses on site and just know beforehand what you're buying. These are really good buy, because you see every day more and more people going for damage amulets rather than, like, for example, I went myself because I'm damage monk. But yeah, you really can find, like, if you go from, let's see, can I find a hero that has them? Nope, this is an old account. Let's see. Assassin uses new ring amulets. Let's see here, this is an old. Hammer is also an old one. Yeah, those old guys really preferred not to switch amulets because they didn't want to invest residuals to level up those again, and really whose tank is just a tank. Elite I know has also a pair of those new amulets, but yeah, he could afford them, that's why he got them. But really you will see more and more people use those amulets. I would say they are way better buy than those rings. These three amulets, they really go much often by way cheaper price in gold. I think there are some an option, like, actually let me just check. Let's see, amulets. I think, yeah. See, bird amulet is 25k gold, and these, if we convert, because here T points are around 10k, let's say, so pretty much these, if you buy from here directly, they are gonna end up like 35 to 36k when you convert the T points in gold. So I would say this is a big pass on those, especially those are the least used out of three. I think these are mostly used because they give some sort of damage aside from these amulets. But yeah, I would say on those three amulets a big pass. Now for the sets, these sets are primarily used for bots that push their level to 75. I would say, like, because 65, I don't think this makes much of a sense when you can get just with golden set, really. So yeah, I think those are most prominently used for level 75 bots. Because you really just have a finished set and you just, yeah, this one is for +3, and I don't think this one has even any plus. But often people push those sets to +10 or +12 in most cases, and they just resell them as those once they don't need them, or they just reuse them over and over again for their future bots. So I guess those would be okay investment, but they are really gonna pay off in a long run. Like, if you're trying to just buy them and resell them, you won't really make any profit of it. As a matter of fact, you might just make a loss. And these just, yeah, they just age badly. Nobody really uses them anymore. They're just being sold left and right from all accounts. So you don't really see those, like, anyone use them, and if you see somebody, that's probably someone who you logged like 10 years after when they stopped playing. Pets, now pets are tricky part, because you really want to, first of all, you want to collect the resources. Once you buy a, like, clean pet, you want to first collect the resources of having pet level up books, then numen grasses, advanced numen grasses, prepared skills for them to be used, and only then but maybe you will see now soon why. Because if we take clean off price, like, let me find, I think there should be some pet, like, let's see, Dark Griffin completely finished is 168k gold. and on discount he's 375 T points. And if we take that into the equation of having 10k T points per 50, and 375 would be like 7 buys of 50, so that's 10k times 7, that's like over 70, like around 65 to 70k gold just for level 1 pet that gets you 3 skills. Now for me personally, these are all just luxury pets that just look good and are really just blown with the price. Like personally for me, best buy is Optimus and Deception, because as you can see they are also 3 skills. And if we look for mecha parts end up 500 gold for 5, and you need here, I think it's 120 or 130, I'm not sure really now. I think they are here. Yeah, you need 130 for those, so pretty much you end up spending 30k gold from level 1 pet here that also has 3 skills, while these are 65 to 70k just to buy under discount. So pretty much it's a go-to always to buy these two, because just mecha parts are so much cheaper and better buy overall. So I would say those are still a big no, but again, people who can afford them, they really still go and buy them and make them and try to resell them. But the profit, I don't think there is really, unless you really have prepared like pet level up books that you open from Peaches, or getting Numen grasses that you can also get from Peaches. And as you can see, like all those 3 I got from Peaches opening and events opening, so they pile up over time. And once you have those, then maybe try to build a pet on your own. But again, if you are just doing it for the sake of reselling, I don't think it's really worth it. Now, yeah, so pretty much these are big no. Let's see what else is here on discount. Pet level up book. Excuse me. Sorry, pet skill book. This, it's okay buy. Like if you're trying to level up for bots, for just general leveling, but mostly they go used for bots. This is what I would say is a good buy, but again, maybe you can sometimes find them cheaper for gold, because they don't really drop anywhere aside from, you can only get them from shop. So I guess this would be maybe worth it, but I think there is one event that gives even bigger discount. I'm not sure if it's a Halloween event or a New Year's event, but I think they go for even lower than 129. Also same goes for this one. This one I think it's also good buy, because advanced maximize mana is way better than mana per limit, which you often on mana pets have as a default skill. So your necessity is always gonna be advanced mana per limit if you want to push over 30k mana on your character, like once you're max level. These also I would say are really good buy, maybe even better buy at this moment than these two, because not only the price is lower for them, even though they are equal amount of T points, but in general this boosts your original stats. And many people don't know that strength, dexterity, intelligence boost, well, in strength case it boosts block, critical strike rate, it boosts your physical damage, and it boosts your magic damage. Same goes for dexterity. Instead of block only, it increases dexterity, and for intelligence, it instead of dexterity and block, it increases your mana direct. So I would say these are a good buy at this point, but I think they go for some event at 80 T points. I'm not really sure now, but I think they do, but we'll see eventually later on once they, or if they appear. Out of here, Monument Grass, I mean, this really only is obtainable from here, so for people that really want to push ASAP their pets to level 30, I guess this is a good chance to grab this. But other than that, you can do just fine with these two. Like, you're gonna get them bound from Peaches as I do, or you're gonna just get them bound from the events that eventually come up, because they have a chance now to open those. Yeah, so this buy if you really need it, recommended, not really. And same goes for those two pets. Those I think are the newest two pets, which are just, yeah, price is just blown out of proportions. Mounts. Now, my idea for mounts is always to buy them finished or combine until a certain amount, because everyone knows that buying a mount from 0 and building it way up to plus 10 or 12 is just not worth it. You're just gonna end up in huge minus that you're gonna regret for a long term. And this is why. This is 300. Let's take example of Dark Flame Horse. This would be like around 65k. Well, 63 to 65k, because 10k is per 50t points and you need 7 buys or 8 buys of those to get. So yeah, more like 70-ish k gold you need to just buy this is plus 0. When on auction, I think you can find it as plus 7 for that amount. Like, I think there is some pets. Let me find. Is there some mount or pet? Example, yeah, see, Blue Flame. Same price as this, 369 T points. He is already plus 7 and has 4 combined fails. So pretty much it's no brainer that these are just big no to buy. Now, only exception I would say for those is that if the mount is new and you really want it and you can't get the mount that you want, then sure, go for it. But again, for me, it's personally just better to wait, and eventually someone will sell the mount you want and buy it just for way cheaper than just burn all your resources on mount that you're just gonna build up and you're just gonna end it probably double loss. Same goes for this one. You can, like, come on, 3k T points. This is just ridiculous, and mount is just gigantic. It's not really practical to use. Same goes for these. Like, Blue Ox is really not that amazing. Silver Tiger is just another whatever mount. Plus you can get open these from Peaches as bound, so why would you really buy this? Now, this one is really cheap. Like, you just open the box, one of those special boxes, and you can get him pretty much for almost 3 times less price than this. And even then, it's not really worth it. So yeah, every mount is pretty much better to just wait and buy it already combined with Pearson auction, or if somebody sells it. Now these two, Mantis and Embellite Deer. Personally, these I always saw as 2 mounts at a lot of people that always wanted to buy them directly from shop under discount, because both of these are really rare to find, and when they do find them, they're really expensive. They can't afford them, but they don't realize that it's just way easier to spend the gold than to just build them up from scratch. And plus, there's another chance when those are on discount for 999 T points. So I really never understood people why they would buy these, but I did see a lot of them just wait for the discount and buy them and build them up from scratch. But you know, I'm just analyzing how I see it. Now, sure, some people are gonna see it differently, but I don't think there's really anything wrong with just spending less and waiting than just burning your resources, something that you're gonna eventually see that you made a mistake. These are also no-brainer, like, those prices are just blown out of proportion, so big nonsense. And these, I think these are either mistake or they just did it on purpose, that they make you spend more because they think you wouldn't pay attention on how much is the actual price. Like, these are the last 2 months that came out, and this is just, yeah, this is just either their way of trying to make more money out of us, Or this is just they did the slip up, like they had a slip up with this pet. I think it was this pet they put for like 7k points, and I think it was also, where is that pet now? I think it was this pet they put for like almost 10k points. Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know if it's their purposeful strategy to get us to spend more. Like, they think just we see a number of discount or we don't look for the actual number, or I don't know what is their purpose behind it. In cosmetics, these are really debatable. I'm sorry. I can't really, like, personally, I don't like those masks. Like, they really do nothing for your benefit. Like, they just change your appearance when you click on somebody, and that's really it. Like, yeah, I really am not fan of any of these that are on discount. The only one really that I see is this one, this mask pill. And even then, if I have a wizard, I would really think a few times, like 3 to 4 times, do I really want to buy it or not. But other than that, this is just a waste of T-points and gold. Like, no. Maybe for a resale, I would say they're fine, because I did saw a few people sometimes to resell those and make some gold out of it. So maybe that would be the only reason why, but again, I personally am not a fan of these masks. I don't really see their purpose, so yeah. And that's nothing. Let me actually see, is there any mask pills? Yeah, nobody's reselling them at this moment. Okay, let's go through the special items. Looks like here is absolutely nothing on discount, which is a little bit shocking, but again understandable, because they want to make those discounts in those special sections for the special occasions and events. Okay, so pretty much that's gonna be it for this video. Yeah, I will track and make more videos about each next discount that comes into the future, and I will have also some more videos that I will demonstrate you how I do certain things in game, because most of the players here know that I have completely different view and approach to this game than most people would. So with that being said, have a good one, and I'll see you in next video.